My name is Sarah Thompson, and this is my son, Noah. He is 5 years old, and he is the strongest, most beautiful soul I have ever known. Noah was born deaf. The doctors told me early on that he would never hear my voice, that he would never speak a single word. I remember sitting in the hospital room, holding him in my arms, trying to process what that meant. I whispered to him anyway. I told him I loved him. I told him he was perfect. Even if he couldn't hear me, I wanted him to know. As he grew older, the silence between us became something I had to learn to navigate. He would look up at me, his big, bright blue eyes filled with curiosity, and I would wonder if he knew how much I wanted to talk to him, how much I wanted to hear him say "Mama." But that word never came. I spent so many nights lying awake, wondering if he would ever truly know me, if he would ever feel the love I tried so hard to show him through my touch, through my eyes, through every embrace. I worried about what kind of life he would have, how the world would see him, how they might overlook him. But Noah has always been different. When he was just a baby, I noticed something. Whenever music played, something in him changed. He couldn't hear it, but he could feel it. His tiny hands would move, his body would sway. It was like something inside him was responding, something deeper than sound, something only he could understand. At first, I thought it was just a coincidence. But then, when he was 2, I noticed something even more incredible. Anytime I played music, whether it was a lullaby, a song on the radio, or even just tapping my fingers on the table, he would place his hands on the surface, as if he were feeling for something invisible. He would rest his head against my chest when I hummed, press his palms against the speakers when I played a song. He couldn't hear the notes, but somehow he knew they were there. So I started playing music for him in a different way. I let him feel it. I would put his hands on the piano keys while I played. I would press his fingers against my throat when I sang. And every single time, his face would light up. He felt something. He understood something. And then one day, when he was 3 years old, something happened that I will never forget. I had stepped out of the room for just a moment, and when I came back, I saw him sitting at the piano. His little hands, so small and delicate, were pressing the keys. There was no hesitation, no confusion, just pure joy. He had never been taught, never been shown what to do. But somehow he knew. Somehow the music inside him found a way out. I stood there, frozen, watching him. It wasn't just random noise. It wasn't just a child playing. It was music, real music, and it was beautiful. From that day on, I knew. My son may never hear the world, but he feels it in a way most of us never will. His hands became his ears. His fingers became his voice. He learned faster than I ever imagined. He could sit at the piano for hours, pressing the keys, feeling the vibrations, creating melodies that I couldn't believe were coming from a child so young. Music became his language. His life has not been easy. Every day he faces a world that wasn't built for him, a world that assumes that because he cannot hear, he cannot understand. A world that thinks silence is the same as emptiness. But I want the world to see what I see. I want them to see the little boy who runs to the piano with more excitement than most kids run to their favorite toy. I want them to see the child who may not speak with words, but speaks through music in a way that leaves you breathless. I want them to know that even in silence, there is something beautiful. That even without words, my son has a voice. And today, he's here to share it with you.